Your mission this month, should you choose to accept it, Taurus, is to reacquaint yourself with your instincts. Hi, welcome to Zero's Journey. I'm Madeline. Glad to have you, Taurus. If you're back, hi. And if this is your first time, welcome to a place where we try to navigate the world with curiosity, compassion, courage, and creativity. So, speaking of courage, it's time to get acquainted with a primal part of yourself, Taurus, that, society tends to drum right out of us. Society, colonial society especially, we talk about settling, right? Settling the land or settling for things. The Wildling card is meant to be unsettling. You are meant to be unsettling this month, Taurus. Take that however it hits. So, let's talk about instincts. When we think about an animal and the way that they operate on instinct, it is an intelligence that is unclouded by analysis. It's an intelligence that is unclouded by societal pressures. It reminds us, the wildling does, of a time when humans used to walk barefoot on the earth and commune with it and move with its cycles because we had no other choice. Now we're living in a time when we work to dominate nature, we work to dominate society, we settle, right? No settling in October, Taurus. You are the wildling. It's time to get back in touch with your primal and primordial senses. It's time to talk to your body. How's your body doing? What does it need? What does it want from you? Is it tired? Is it overexerted? Is it underexerted? Does it need to move? Speak. But do more listening than speaking. That's what animals do. Okay. Spirit being loud, Taurus, let's get into the story of your month and see how living your archetype as the wildling weaves into your story. What Spirit is asking you to do is essentially, in so many ways, reject what systems and society would tell you that you need to be doing, should be doing, ought to be feeling, whatever. How are you doing? What are you feeling? Unsettling. Okay, all right. Taurus. Spirit, what do you want to let Taurus people know in the month of October? For Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, Taurus Rising, and dominant folks, Spirit, what do you want to say to your Earth people in the month of October? What do they need to know? Where are they in their story? And where have they been? And what do they need to know about both of those things to get where they want to go in the most joyful, peaceful, abundant, easeful way possible, Spirit? How can Taurus get in touch with their instincts to help them unsettle in the month of October? What lies ahead for them, Spirit, when they are willing to be true to themselves, to get a little wild? You hear me say get a little wild and then somebody revs like a motorcycle right outside the window? That's fun. Okay. Heard. Alright, Spirit, just a few more for Taurus in the month of October. Where are they and where are they going? What does life look like when they listen to themselves? Spirit is giving me the word Capricorn over and over, and part of that could be because y'all are both Earth people. I do feel that for a lot of you it's because you've got somebody very prominent near you who's Capricorn. But Spirit is giving me the message of, we get it, as an Earth sign, as a Taurus person, a person who is, kind of designed to have systems, for things to make sense, for things to go in order, for things to be rooted, all wonderful things. But just like anything, things can be taken to the extreme, right? And systems taken to the extreme become constricting. They become no longer there to serve the population that they were originally created for. Now they serve to serve themselves. They exist to support themselves rather than the people that they were meant for. It feels like you are meant to be released from some of your sort of, I'll put it this way because this is what I'm hearing from Spirit, your sort of like blind devotion to the way things ought to be, or the way everybody does it, or whatever. Societal programming, right? The wildling is a little bit like the Fool. I haven't seen your cards yet. You've got some bonus cards in here, so I'm very eager to get into them. But Spirit is showing me the Fool card. And it's like, get wild. And they're talking about rewilding yourself the way we might rewild a piece of land that has been like tilled and farmed and used to death, and now we're trying to bring it back to its original state and like give it back all of its nutrients and things like that. You are meant to be rewilding yourself. This would also be a good month to plain and simple spend time in nature, spend time outside, maybe take your shoes off and put them in the grass, you know? All right, let's get into it, Taurus. Wow. Get outside, put your bare feet in the grass. Let's just get literal, huh, Spirit? Beautiful, beautiful. Wow. The wildling dancing in the moonlight. Everybody. Okay, forgive me. But Spirit is really playing the song in my head. It's such a fine and natural sight. Everybody's dancing in the moonlight. My God, Taurus, dancing in... Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm so sorry. Wow. Rewilding yourself. Rewilding. Okay, all right. So, center of your reading, Taurus, temperance, flow, being in communion and in rhythm with the world, with the earth that we walk upon. Are you honoring the seasons? How are you doing? How's your body doing? What season of life are you in? Spirit is saying all of these things. There are many ways to honor cycles. We can even break down a 24-hour day the same way we break down the year into 4 seasons. You know, the morning, like the spring, right? And then midday, summer, it's nice and warm. Twilight, oh, the change is coming. Fall, winter, night. Do you honor the cycles of the day? Do you live by them? Do you feel out of sync with them? What I'm hearing is that some of you may, and that you want to be back into sync. Some of you all have been already putting your eggs in this basket, and so you are kind of already in sync. Congratulations to those of you, and no judgment to those of you that are like, oh no, God, no. Like, I'm waking up at weird times. I'm like completely off. It's time to find an easy rhythm. Temperance is moderation. So Taurus, some of you have been working too hard. Some of you have been, Spirit, that's so weird. So Spirit said, some of you have been working too hard. Some of you have been working too wide. Let me pick up and show you here in your past. 7 of Cups, sort of scattered energy, sort of unfocused, a lot of things that you like think about doing, want to do, are attracted to doing, but maybe this ends up diffusing your energy instead of like, aha, okay, this is the thing I'm going to work on and focus on, which is not a super Taurus energy. But listen, what they're talking about with like instinct and rewilding yourself and rejecting what society fucking tells you need to do. Nowadays, society really is pushing for everyone to become multitaskers, you know, for everyone to become a jack of all trades. And Taurus energy is not particularly jack of all tradesy. It's king of one tradesy. You know what I'm saying? So if you are feeling pulled in a bunch of different directions and that doesn't feel right, it's time to reduce from 7 cups to 2 and be like, okay, if I keep up these 2 habits or focuses, or these 2 things or priorities in my life, and I keep these things going, that's going to actually create room for me to have more energy to work with. You know what I'm saying? So the stretch of these cups could get wider because you have more and more energy and more time and more flow. You know, by cutting down and pruning down some of where you're putting your energy. It just feels like it's a little scattered, and we want to bring it in. We want to moderate. And for those of you that have been working too hard, temperance is a card of gentleness. Temperance is a card of, hey, you know, you're going to like create better work and better output and all that stuff when you're like well rested and hydrated and eating food that has seen the sun, right? So let's do that. When you do that, Something amazing happens. It looks like this month you're going to be recognized, Taurus, and it looks like one way or another you're going to be seen. This is Libra season, and Libra is ruled by Venus the same way you are, so you actually get an extra little glow yourself this season. Take advantage. Six of Wands, be seen for what you do. Show off what you do, and what you do very well. So like, this is the fucking season to be like, look at this amazing selfie, or look at this amazing poetry, or look at this amazing tiny house, or whatever it is that you are doing, building, creating. Show off. And you don't have to be number one, the best, the winner, the blue ribbon to show off. This world would be better off if everybody felt like we could be like, oh my god, look what I did, even if it was like you know what, like, okay. Full disclosure, like I'm like working on like knitting right now, right? And I could show you like something I've been knitting, and to anybody who's been knitting more than a few months, they're gonna be like, oh, that's nice, like pat on the head. Yeah, like I didn't know how to knit before, I knitted this, that's fucking cool. Why am I gonna shoot myself in the knees by being like, well, that chick made a quilt, or well, that guy's been knitting, blah. No, me, this is what I do. I'm right here. Like I'm staying in my lane, as the kids would say, right? I'm staying in my lane. I know what I'm good at. I know what I want to be celebrated for. And I'm not going to get distracted by like what other people may be like, oh, but this other person over here is doing it this way, or doing that thing, or maybe I'm supposed to be doing this, or I'm not doing that. Is that how I'm supposed to be doing? Right here, Taurus. Again, it's not a super Taurian energy to be distracted, to be diffused, etc. But it happens to the best of us. And again, society's calling for it, pulling at you, pulling at the threads, pulling at the strings. And Spirit's like, if life is pulling at the strings, let's get naked. I don't have any control over them. They say what they want to say. Now, what's going on inside of you? Six of Cups, reunion with self. Six of Cups is a sweet card. It's an innocent card. It's a creative card. You know, we can see that this adult is delivering magic to this child. Consider this to be your spiritual guides, and this to be you, Taurus. Life, spirit, universe wants to reacquaint you with who you were born as. The wildling. Remember, a lot of us, most of us, get certain, especially our wilder or rebellious or off the beaten fucking track qualities get drummed out of us, right? Some of your charm, some of your wild, wicked intelligence is in your childhood and in your instincts, and Spirit wants you to bring it back. So doing things that remind you of being a kid, that make you happy. Oh, I used to paint when I was a kid. I used to play outside. I used to swim. I used to do that. Do that. What's hovering above you? Here's where that whole Van Morrison Dancing in the Moonlight debacle started. My apologies. The moon, the wildling, get wild. Not every part of yourself is available and should be for public consumption. Some of you's wild and dark and tangled and rich. What's in there? What's in your wild wood, Taurus? That sounded mighty suggestive after I said it out loud. Take it the way it is. The moon asks you to look at your memories, to reflect on your past, which rhymes with this. Where your magic came from, who might have drummed it out of you, who might have put some more into you. How is your energy, Taurus? Do you have a lot available? And if you don't, it's time to make some gentle adjustments. I feel like you're gonna have a lot of energy. Where you find yourself, Three of Cups, sharing, celebrating, joyful. This is, some of you are celebrating some kind of like anniversary. Some of you, if you're not having any kind of anniversary or any kind of like couples moment this month, it's like time to celebrate yourself. It's time to get with friends or get with like-minded people to share your goals, to share your inspirations, to share your journey in rewilding yourself. You might even be able to literally take a couple of friends with you along on that journey and find that like, oh, hey, you know, when the three of us started doing this like inner child work or whatever, We came together, dancing in the moonlight, and like magic happened. Revelations happened, understanding happened, and when understanding happens, shifts happen. Energy around and available to you. Ace of Wands, new inspiration. A great idea, something full of potential. It will require your cultivation, right? It's the spark that could create a fire, that Ace of Wands. It's the lit match. It's like I could let this go out, and it could go out real easy, or I could cup it and I could apply it to something that will light and that will take on this light and spread. What light do you want to spread? What fire of yours, what idea would make you proud to show off and to be known for? Show it off. Don't wait. Don't wait. Open a Finsta. You know what I'm saying? Start sharing your supposedly not that great art or whatever on a separate Instagram account or on a nom de plume social media account or whatever, but show off. Show off. You're going to be celebrated and appreciated, and I feel like you're going to be sitting quite pretty by the end of the month and feeling quite proud of yourself. Look at the future that you are marching towards when you are kinder to yourself, when you are more connected to yourself, when you do the things that feel good to you, and you trust the things that feel good to you. The future holds the Lovers. Union, passion, ignition, enlightenment, excitement. And I mean, listen, for a lot of you, this can indicate also finding that partner. A lot of you, I feel like, are already with a partner. Very Taurus thing to be solid with somebody. Rewilding yourself can inject more passion into everything that you do, including your relationships. And for those of you that are single and that are like, well, yeah, because I've been holding out for a fucking hero. I'm holding out for the best. I'm holding out for someone amazing, someone I can really connect with. You had to connect with you first, so that you could find that person that was actually going to be really down to connect with you. The more we fucking are able to figure out and do within ourselves before we start bringing another person into the equation, the less that we have to figure out shit between the both of us. The more I know me, the less we have to fucking tumble around and figure out and royal and whatever, and the more I'm able to communicate what I need or what I don't need or what. Listen, Spirit's saying that because they're like, Taurus, you're a person of few words. You would rather receive this in actions. You have Justice, you have Temperance. These are cards of balance. And remember, Taurus, when we talk about balance, it can be tempting to think of, boop, perfect. Okay, don't move anything. Fixed sign, right, Taurus? It's in balance, nobody move shit. But real balance does this. Again, we're in Libra season. It's the time of the scales. Balance does not, though, look like this. Right? That looks like a Wiggles concert. But this is balance. This is temperance. Nothing toppling over, things gently swaying from side to side. Trust yourself. Talk to your body. Hone, and then follow your instincts. I hope that is helpful, Taurus. Thank you for being here. If you ever want to get a personal reading, or if you just want to chit chat, I've got a Discord, I've got a way to make appointments, I've got a Patreon, all the things in the description box below. And it would mean a whole lot if you would take a second to comment or hit that like or that dislike. I mean, be real, be true, be honest. I want you to be authentic. But it would be really helpful if you would do that. Thanks, Taurus. I hope you enjoyed this. I really hope it serves you well. And if I don't see you in any of the vlogs, then I hope I will see you in your November reading. Bye, Taurus.